Yo, what's going on? It's Joe. Back here again on Joe Talks with another one. Or actually with just a vid in general. For those of y'all who do watch my vids, you know, the very few that do, I haven't really been posting the last couple days. And there was a time I was posting every day for about a week, 2 weeks straight. I just have so many videos and I still got a lot of vids to upload, but yeah, just thought to come on here and just make this vid. But as you can tell by the title, dang, my leg itching. As you can tell by the title, honestly, I'm not sure what I'm gonna title this yet, but I think I know. If it's titled this, all right. If not, then oh well. But it's about men loving different than women. And what I mean by that is, and when I'm saying this, I'm not saying this for all women or for all men. This is just, for the men's side, this is just me. And then for the women, this is just the women that I dealt with in the past or just women that I've had as friends. What I mean by men loving different than women is me being the age I am now. I'm in my mid 20s. I'm 24 right now, 25 coming up next year. Crazy. But why I'm making this vid is for anybody that's, in their teens, especially in high school, even middle school. And then honestly, people that are my age too, early 20s, shit, even mid 20s, or even, hey, even older than that, 30s, 40s, who knows? Who knows who might be watching this? But all I know is that in high school, especially in grade school going up, don't take, high school relationships seriously, or, don't, fall in love in high school and stuff like that, or just in school in general. It's not going to last. Once you graduate and all that, you're going to be out in the world and, meet new people and all that. That's what I've always heard. And then another thing, oh, you're too young to know what love is, not going to last, just the same stuff on repeat, I don't even know how I want to break this down. This vid might not, well, say it's uploaded, then it's uploaded. But, I'm not really, I don't know. I don't really know how to break this down because, I don't know, like, at least me, still till this day, or like, I wonder, like what they're doing, what's going on, like it's not like, oh, like I miss them in that aspect. It's kind of just like, oh, like a check-in, like how you doing, at least for me. But like, just, in general, like is that just a man thing, to always think, not always, well, not always, but like once in a while think like, oh, I wonder what so-and-so's doing. I wonder how so-and-so's doing, stuff like that. And then like women, and then like the women that I've dealt with and the women that I've talked to, like just as friends, yes, it is possible to have girlfriends, as a guy, it is. But yeah, for just like those experiences, it seems like they never or rarely ever think about their first love or whatever you want to call it. They'll like rarely ever think about that person. They'll just always be thinking about, the next day, or like say they're in a new relationship and that relationship's going good, then that past dude, that probably is like, wondering, oh, how's she doing, blah blah blah, that guy is probably never, even crossing her mind again. I mean, say there's any women watching this vid, check me if I'm wrong, but that's just from my experience with the women that I've dealt with and the women that, I've had as friends. Just like, and there is instances where, say like, they're in a new relationship and the guy, is shitty, or the guy, is treating them like shit, or whatever the issue is, then that's when you might hear them say, dang, man, I miss how what's his name, treated me. It's really hard to explain, say you get what I'm saying good, but it's just really hard for like me to explain it. Current relationship's good, it's great, whatever you want to call it. There's no issues, like once in a while, like today, and I thought about, picking up and recording how so-and-so is doing, all that, and like I said, it's not on like, oh, I miss that person, it's just like, on like, I don't know. I don't really know, man, check me in the comments if y'all think I'm wrong, but that's just how I feel. and yeah, there's just like from the women's side, they just never, would really think about the guy, because there's always other dudes out there, that are willing to go above and beyond and, might do a lot of different things, Like I said, it's really hard to explain. I'm kind of just going back and forth. I wanted to talk more about this, but I can't, like, it's hard to explain, at least me. Like I say, sometimes, that person come back in my head and I'm like, oh, I wonder how so-and-so doing. Not on no mistype shit, but it's like, just wondering how they're doing and knowing that you never come, into their mind like that they never think like, oh, I wonder how so-and-so's doing, like, trust me, dude. And, in high school, say like you want to get in a relationship in high school, fall in love in high school, it's cool. Just know that it's that like 80 to 90% chance it's not going to last. Yes, there are few cases where it does last, but that's very rare. And, say you're, not really sure what you want to do, say you're like in my shoes. I obviously chose the relationship route. But like, say you're someone, in them shoes watching this vid, it's something to think about. Like, do you want to prioritize and focus on high school relationships that are honestly probably going to mean nothing? Or do you just want to, focus on school or, focus on sports? Or, say you want to, just mess around with female. It is what it is, that's an option too. Say you just want to have nothing serious and just mess around. That's also an option. But I mean, the main thing to get out of this is like, instead of putting your energy into females in high school, put your energy into books, put your energy into sports, put your energy just into something productive, or say you're someone that doesn't do, sports or anything, put your focus in books, or like, start going to a gym, start, try something new in your free time. Because say you're just doing school, you're going to have a lot of free time unless you just, study a lot and, don't really, do a lot outside of school. But like, say you want to pick up a hobby, lifting's a really good one. Just try to do something other than chase women, because in the end, it's not worth it. That's just what I'm saying, and that's just coming from me. Not to say that, I regret anything, because honestly, it was all good experiences to go through, and yeah, it's just, like I say, as a man, at least coming from me, like, there might be different, guys out there, but at least coming from me, I sometimes think, oh, how is that person doing? But as a guy, it's like, man, you're lucky to ever come across, her mind or whatever you want to call it. It's very rare. So it's just, something to consider. So like I say, man, focus on books, especially if you're in high school. It goes for all ages, but I mean, this really goes for, the young men. Because say you put too much focus in the females, you might get caught up. You might not actually end up doing what you want to do. There's a lot of negative stuff that can come out of it. You say you just want to, focus on yourself, and just be alone. You can do that. Like, I mean, you're always gonna have yourself. So it's like, say you focus in different aspects and different ways to better yourself. That's always a plus. Let me know how y'all feel. Let me know if any of y'all feel the exact same way I feel, and then once again, I'm gonna say, it's not on no mistype anything, it's just like on a courtesy, just wondering, oh, how is that person doing? I hope that person's doing good. Or say you're one of the people that might have ended badly, be like, oh man, I hope the worst for that person. But even if y'all ended badly, that's no way to, hold grudges. You should not hold any grudges, unless that person, really did some messed up stuff. But say it was just a casual or kind of like a rough breakup, just a lot of arguing or whatever the case might have been. There's no reason to hold grudges. But anyways, like I said, I'm done rambling. I'm gonna wrap the vid up. Say any of y'all feel the same way, let me know. Say y'all feel different, let me know. And say you want to check out any vids up on screen, I'd appreciate it. Like and subscribe once again, and I'll catch y'all later. Peace.